Welcome to Voice from the Real World, and this is our first session. We're inviting you to join along with us. We're on page 254 of the blue book, if you have it. It's called Attainment of the Real World, which is an appropriate chapter to start with, or section. This is in section chapter 13, section 7, Attainment of the Real World. So we'll start reading and go from there. Sit quietly and look upon the world you see and tell yourself, the real world is not like this. It has no buildings. There are no streets where people walk alone and separate. There are no stores where people buy an endless list of things they do not need. It is not lit with artificial light, and night comes not upon it. There is no day that brightens and grows dim. There is no loss. Nothing is there but shines and shines forever. I notice here that the real world shines. Well, in order for something to shine, it's got to be a world of light.
Yeah, and interesting to me is that all we know about reality is that there is a world of streets and trees and people and things, because everything in this thought system is established on a thought that was made more. Mm-hmm. What we're dealing with here now is a whole new world. Mm-hmm. A whole new voice, a whole new way of seeing things. And it is, the Course says that truth is recognized. Mm-hmm. This world, being truth, has to be recognized. And it's recognized because you want it.
Right. You have to have the desire to develop awareness and recognition of something other than what we've elected to be aware of.
And if our consciousness is totally devoted to troubles, which is the ego's primary tool, consciously focused in on all of my problems, I can hear that voice. It's calling me to a world of peace and joy and happiness.
Right. And that contrast, we'll get into it more. Right. But it's that contrast over time that helps you to recognize
absolutely
what your real will is. We've wished for this other world and we got it.
Right.
Now you may not even recognize yet that you wished for this and got it.
Right.
But once you start seeing the real world, you'll see the difference. The contrast will be there, and you'll make further decisions. The world you see must be denied, for sight of it is costing you a different kind of vision. You cannot see both worlds, for each of them involves a different kind of seeing and depends on what you cherish. The sight of one is possible because you have denied the other. Both are not true, yet either one will seem as real to you as the amount to which you hold it dear, and yet their power is not the same because their real attraction to you is unequal.
I see something in here about the power of belief. As you study the Course, you find out that the thought of a separate self, a separate idea, is that I can believe myself to be something that don't exist. Mm-hmm. So therefore, believing was established to hold to this illusion. Mm-hmm. It was never established to embrace truth.
Right.
That's why truth is discovered, because you invite truth in. Mm-hmm. You recognize it because you want it. You want to see a different way. It says you can't see this world because you chose to see that world.
Right. And it's it's very important to know that you cherished not somebody else, not Adam, whoever. You decided to elect to see a different world than heaven.
Right.
Now it's important to distinguish, we're trying to get back to heaven. The real world is not the end. It's a means to getting back to heaven, which we've never really left.
Right.
But we elected to take heaven out of our awareness and to see this other world.
Right.
And we made the body to see that with the 5 physical senses to quote experience it, although we're experiencing nothing.
And see, since we taught ourselves so diligently how to learn something that's not true, the Holy Spirit takes that same ability to begin to use the belief to turn you back to your reality or to your being. Mm-hmm. Truth is not believed. It is.
Right.
It has no defense because it is.
Right.
So you reach a place to where you turn this belief system and set it free and set yourself free and embrace your reality or your being through this. And that is taking place in what we know now is the real world.
Right. And you know, Jesus in the Course really tells us how amazing our ability to learn is, because we learn this entire unreal world.
Right.
To the point that we can't even see or remember the Father or the heaven or the Son or our own creations. Totally blotted that out by our ability to learn. And like you say, now we're going to take that ability and learn. The Holy Spirit's going to turn it around, reinterpret everything, and unlearn the old world, learn this new world, learn to walk and to function in it, ultimately returning to our awareness of heaven.
Right.